This video is part of the course that is Build REST API with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA. Link for this course is given in the description. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will see what is JSON. So it may be possible that you are not aware of what is JSON, why we need JSON, and how JSON will look like. So in this lecture, I will give you an overview of JSON. So let's get started. So here JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So this is the full form of JSON. Most of the REST APIs that is being developed as of now are using JSON as data format. Any application that is providing REST APIs, be it PHP application, Python application or .NET application, those applications are using JSON as data format for the REST APIs. So whatever data, right, your REST API is expecting in the input, that is basically your request payload, that will be in the format of JSON. And whatever your REST APIs are giving back to your consumers, that also will be in the format of JSON. In this course, whatever REST APIs we will develop with Spring Boot, in that we will use JSON as data format. JSON is basically key value pair. If you take the example of map, right, that we have in Java, that is basically Java util map, there also we have key value pair. So in the same way, we have key value pairs in JSON. The only difference is that in Java util map, right, we can have any data type for our key. It can be string, long, integer. While in the JSON, your key will be always in the format of string. Yes, your value can be of any data type. Say for example, string, long, double, or any other object. It can be anyone. But your key will be always the string data type. So this is short introduction of JSON. Now let's see how JSON will look like. So let's jump to Notepad. To understand the JSON format, let's take the example of one class. Say for example, we have one class student.java. Now inside student class, say for example, we have some fields like first name, last name, email, and any other fields. So let's take one object of this student class. So that will have the values for each and every variable, first name, last name, right? So in JSON, the object is starting with curly braces like this. Okay, and it is ending with this curly braces as well. Now here we have key value pairs like this, first name. So this is your key, colon, your value. Say for example, first name is John. So here this is your key, this is your value. Now say for example, you have another field, that is basically another key value pair. Say for example, student ID. So ID is your key and ID is, say for example, any numeric value 1. So this is another key value pair and this is another key value pair. So both are separated by comma. So this is one key value pair, this is another one, and both are separated by comma. Now say for example, we have another class, that is address.java, and inside address.java we have some fields like state, city, ID, zip, and any other field. Now in our student.java, say for example, we have object of this address class. So this is our key address. So this is our key, colon, now value. So here we just gave the string or numeric value, right? But now this is object of another class, that is address.java, and it is also having set of attributes inside it like street, city. So we know, right, in JSON the object starts with curly braces. So this is one object of address. So here, and whatever key value pairs, say for example street, say for example the value is Happy Street. Now comma and another key value pair, city, say for example Delhi. Now say for example you are ending with your key value pairs and this is the last key value pair that you have for particular JSON object. At there you don't need comma. Remember this one thing, all key value pairs are separated by comma, But if this is the last key value pair for a particular object, then you don't need comma at the end for the last key value pair. Here you don't need it if it is last key value pair. Yes, if you have like this zip code, then you need comma over here. Else you don't need. So this is our address object. Now say for example, student is learning some subjects, one or more than one. So we have another key, that is subjects. And if you look at over here, then I have provided comma over here. Why? Because this key value pair ended over here and we have another key value pair inside this object. So we need to have comma at the end because this object ended over here. Okay, this was inner object. So that was ended over here, but the outer object is going on and this is the key address, this complete value, and you need to separate it by comma because now here you have another key value pair. Say for example, student is learning more than one subject and you have one separate class subject.java which is having some fields, subject name, marks obtained, subject ID, likewise. So as I said, student is learning subjects, maybe more than one. So in our student.java, say for example, we have one variable list of subject. So how to have list or array in JSON? So that we will see. So this is your key subjects. Now say for example, in our student.java, we have Java util list and that is type of subject. Okay. And inside that list, say for example, a student is learning two subjects. So that list will have two objects of subject class. In JSON, array or list, whatever you say, we are defining with rectangular brackets. So starting off this bracket and ending. So this is basically list or array, whatever you say. Now inside this list, we have two objects of subject class. So object starting with curly braces, ending with curly braces, and inside that we have some fields. That is basically subject.java's field. Say subject name. Say for example, student is learning Java subject and this is one key value pair separated by comma, another key value pair marks obtained. Say for example, we want to have double value 80.00. So value can be string, can be integer long, whatever you say, or double as well. Now there is another object inside our list as well. So copy this one and separate it by comma, another object of subject. Say for example, student is also learning MySQL and marks obtained 70. So inside this list, we have two objects of subject. One is this one. It is having its own set of fields and values, basically key value pairs separated by comma. Now inside the list, we have another object. So that also you need to separate by comma. And this is another one. Now this is the last element inside this list, basically last object, right? So you don't need comma. If you have the third one like this, then you need comma over here. Otherwise you are fine. Don't get confused that when you need to have comma, when you don't need to have comma. The JSON data format is very easy. Just take the example of Java class and provide the key value pairs. Whatever object you have or any list of object you have, and you will find this format very much easy. JSON data format is very strict. So for example, if you are not providing comma over here, then it will give you an error. Whatever place you are using where JSON is provided. So if you want to know that your JSON is valid or not, there are a lot of tools available online. Just search in the Google JSON validator and you will find many online tools. You just need to copy your JSON, paste in the tool in the browser, and they will give you the errors where this comma is missing or where the comma is not required, but still you place the comma, or it's somewhere if you miss a colon, likewise errors. Any curly braces you missed, any rectangular braces you missed, all things are getting validated in the online tool. Also you can use the Postman as well, which is basically we are using to hit our APIs. In the upcoming lectures you will see the Postman. There also you can validate your JSON. So this is JSON data format that we are going to use in this course while building the REST APIs with Spring Boot. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, do comment in the comment section and share with your friends. If you want to learn how to build REST APIs with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA, then I am having complete course on it. This course covers REST API, Spring Boot, Spring Data JPA, Spring AOP, that is Aspect Oriented Programming, documenting the REST APIs with Swagger, Project Lombok to avoid the boilerplate code in Java, and many other topics. Link for this course is given in the description. Just click on that link and start your journey with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA. We'll see you in the another video. Till then, happy learning and happy coding.